What's up, fellas? It is time for week 17 of Neutral Zone Reaction. How are you, Brady?
I'm good. How are you doing today, Jules?
I'm doing great. We have a fun show for you guys today because we've got another guest for, what is it, the fourth time this season? Something like that?
Sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, well, here's who we've got joining us. It is the greatest general manager in fantasy sports. The spirit of the Northeast. Side note, New York style pizza is the best. The future blow dart enthusiast. And finally, a diehard Packers fan that somehow found his way onto the show. Mr.
Yeah,
Stephen
nice.
Kendra, who somehow just disappeared. Who was here literally 2 seconds ago.
Great job, Jules, with that editing. I love how you can see the field and have him in here at the same time.
Yeah, well, Steven Sting
really
is
smart,
somehow gone. So let's put him back in.
I think it's a jersey.
Yeah, it must be the jersey.
Gotta be. It's not an explanation. It couldn't be like the software, the person handling the software, could it?
No, because it was fine literally a second ago.
Not like 5 minutes ago, but sure. This is such a Jules thing to do.
It was working.
Hey, it worked. Welcome in.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm here to be.
Yeah, sorry about Jules' lack of hospitality right there.
Oh, I'm used to it.
He was in and then he was gone.
That's what they all say. Totally something on your end.
Yeah, Jules stuck a button in there or something.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course, we're glad that you can make it today because you've got some awards for us, I hear, huh? Let's hear what we're going through today.
I do. So I'll lay this out for you nice and simple. It's going to be broken out into two segments. So you got your normal awards and the suckies. We'll get to the suckies after the normal awards. Per usual, we're going to keep it standard. So we got MVP, O-Poi, D-Poi, O-Roy, D-Roy, the comeback player, best lineman, my fantasy MVP, and the I Love Him award.
Okay.
So we'll just jump right off on the list. My MVP this year is Jalen Hurts. It's simple. It's easy. He's the most important player on the best team.
No, he's not.
MVP.
Brady's not a fan of that pick.
No,
I've been hearing it all year.
They put up 34 points with Gardner Minshew last week. Like nothing happened. And you think Jalen Hurts is the most valuable player?
Jalen Hurts is by far the most valuable player.
It's not that he's by far. He's not even the most valuable player.
He is the most. He is more.
He is not. You're telling me Jalen Hurts is more valuable than Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert?
He's absolutely more valuable than Josh Allen. Josh Allen has looked terrible in the second half.
All right. Maybe recency bias. You got me there. But
Joe Burrow, Mahomes is a different story. Mahomes is my runner-up.
Yes. So what does he have over Mahomes? That doesn't make sense.
His record's better.
His record's better by one game.
Here's the thing. MVP.
And Mahomes is in a better conference.
Mahomes is absolutely in a better conference. I don't disagree.
So you're agreeing with my point. Then what's the issue here?
The Eagles have one loss on the year. And Jalen Hurts. Oh, 2 losses. You're right. One under Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, sorry.
So you would argue that what we finished at 13-1, 14-1 in his.
They were 13-1 during Jalen Hurts, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, something like that.
Mahomes'
Thank you for pitching in, Jules.
Mahomes' record is what?
12-3. I want to say.
Right. So, but I'm counting 2 more losses. The way I judge MVP, it's the best player on the best team.
Okay, but Mahomes is better than Jalen Hurts,
But he's not on the best team.
But Jalen Hurts has a way better defense.
He does.
A much better O-line, a better run game.
Arguably better offensive line. You can make a case.
No.
It's not better. Let's be real.
The Eagles have one of the best offensive lines in
it's arguably the greatest offensive line that I personally have ever viewed. That team is phenomenal.
It's like that Cowboys line a couple years ago.
Disgusting.
They got 3 All-Pros on that line. It's insane.
They do.
I mean, Mahomes' line has been hurt.
Look, the Jalen Hurts would not be able to be doing what he's doing without everything around him. But he's doing what he's doing, and he's the best player on the best team.
But he's not the most valuable. It's the most valuable, not the best. Oh, you disappeared on the screen again. Wait, Jules, fix the screen.
Yeah, I'm trying. Hold on, Steven. Your thing disappeared again.
I don't want to argue with the Falcons logo. Yeah, they don't. Especially when they're down, or especially when they're up, they kind of just fold it.
have historically the least clutch quarterback of all time. All right, I'm back.
Anyways, we're back.
Ay,
Anyway.
ay, ay.
Anyway, look, man, the MVP for me is just simple. It's the best player on the best team.
It's not the MVP is the most valuable, not the best on the best team. Those are different things.
You guys
Right.
are never gonna agree on this.
But the best
Yeah,
record.
Jules, right? We're never gonna agree on this.
You're never gonna
The
agree
best-
on this.
we will.
So let's move
And
to
we
the
will.
next.
We'll go-
Let's move to the next
We'll go
position.
back and forth for hours. I'm stubborn.
No, I can literally do this all night. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not.
let's move on before this becomes a 3-hour show. My offensive player of the year, my O-Point, Justin
Jettas.
Jefferson. I don't think there's an argument there.
Yeah, that's fine.
My
no
defensive
problem with
player
that.
of the year is Nick Bosa.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one's relatively safe. He currently leads the league in sacks. One of the most dominant pieces on that Niners defense, arguably the most dominant player on defense outside of Aaron Donald, who's out or not out for the year, but missed a bunch of time.
Yeah,
and
he's missed a lot.
They're
Yeah.
shutting him down, I think.
You can make the only argument I'd make against Nick Bosa is because that Niners defense has so much talent everywhere, he doesn't get the same attention in the scheme that other elite defensive players get, like a Myles Garrett. But it's kind of hard to deny like sack production.
Or the
It is
sheer
what it is.
dominance.
So
I'm gonna agree with you on Bosa. Do you have any differing take, Brady?
No, I agree. I mean, the same thing you said about how talent boosts his productivity. Like you'd say the same for Micah Parsons, who's runner up. I mean, I don't see
Micah Parsons is absolutely the runner-up, 1,000%.
but yeah, you went 2 for 3, so I'm happy for you.
Yeah. My O-Roy is, I think it's kind of hard to dispute this one, is Kenneth Walker. Runner-up, though, is Evan Neal for the New York Giants. The only reason
I don't watch a lot of
Wow.
tackle film.
The only reason I did not give this to Evan Neal is because he's missed a reasonable amount of time.
Still, though, that's the first time I've heard an offensive lineman, and even in the discussion for years, since like
Let's
Quentin
be-
Nelson.
okay. All right,
Quentin
I'll be
Nelson
frank
was
with
in
you.
that.
Creed Humphreys should have won Offensive Rookie of the Year last year, but linemen don't win awards. So,
Yeah.
Well, Steven's a offensive lineman, so you know he's got to give
Former,
love to
yeah.
his to his
Hey.
fellas over there.
it's still Kenneth Walker. I think Kenneth Walker is phenomenal. He is a staple on most of my fantasy teams.
Yeah,
and
Unfortunately,
you say unfortunately, but I'm in the championship in both leagues. I have him.
that's
so.
why it's unfortunate for me.
Oh, for you, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
My D-Roy. This one might be controversial. I'm taking Tariq Woolen.
Oh, I knew you were gonna do that.
ooh,
I think
I knew you were gonna do that.
I
How's it not Sauce? Sauce is
Well,
better.
I love Tariq Woolen. He is comparable production, or not production, lack of production to Sauce Gardner. He has more interceptions on the year. He does have a worse catch rate, but I love Tariq Woolen. I love what he does on the field. I love the numbers he's put up. I don't see, Sauce is a really close second, but I think Tariq Woolen is special, and he can be even more special. I mean, this guy is a stud athlete, and he's only going to get better. And he's arguably been one of the best defensive backs in football in general. I mean, he's tied for the most sacks in the league, or most interceptions in the league. He's sitting at 6 on the year.
is Hufanga a rookie?
Hufanga is a rookie,
He's-
but
No, the 49ers guy?
Yeah,
the
That guy's not a
49ers
rookie.
guy-
the
He's
guy
been
who
in the league
you
for, like,
said was the next
No.
Palomalu a few weeks ago.
Yeah, no, that
maybe?
guy's a freak. He's a freak, but he's not a rookie.
I thought he was a rookie.
No, I think he's like 3rd or 4th year in the league.
Well, I'm curious now. I'll look it up while you.
Oh,
You
yeah,
look it up,
no,
I'll
that's
argue
in
this.
2021.
This is my argument.
First,
How many corners are there that can just blanket a number 1 receiver and take him out of the game? There's like 3.
There's 3, but I wouldn't argue that Sauce is at that point right now.
I think it is. I mean, have you seen his stats? He's gonna like
I'd have to pull up the advanced metrics on here to look at them all, but
Yeah,
No,
that
he,
goes
like-
that goes farther than like interceptions and yards against.
oh
I mean,
no, I know it does, and I've got all that. I'm a big Woolen fan. I love what's going on in Seattle.
that's fair. I'm a part-time Seahawks fan too, but
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. When it came to O'Roy, D-Roy, in my mind, one of 2 teams is going to sweep it. It's either the Jets or it's the Seahawks. So,
that's fair.
but I'm doubling down on my Hawks. Go Packers! But Walker and Woolen are definitely the best 2 rookies.
Have the
fair
Packers
point.
played Seattle this year?
Thankfully, not. We would have lost.
Hey, I mean, you guys have a shot at the playoffs, but we'll talk about that a little later. What's your next pick?
So this is my best offensive line, my best lineman award. And it's only offensive linemen that are eligible because defensive players,
Okay.
Defensive linemen win DPOY. I've never seen an offensive player get recognized, and I'm kind of going to treat this one similar to how I treat the MVP. My best offensive lineman of the year, or my best lineman, is Jason Kelsey. For mostly one reason. That unit is 1,000% the best unit in the NFL. That offensive line unit in the NFL. The center is the arguable most important position on an offensive line. They are the quarterback of the offensive line. They make just as many calls and adjustments as a quarterback does, and they get none of the recognition. Jason Kelsey commands that unit with a vet presence, and they are far and beyond just elite. I mean, there's no other way to put it. And they would not be that way without Kelsey.
Steven, you were at the Eagles-Bears game, right?
Yes.
That 1 yard, that QB sneak play is literally unstoppable.
The QB sneak play
it's stupid.
It's successful 92% of the time.
No, it's got to be
insane.
higher than that.
No. This is numbers straight from the Kelsey podcast. It's successful 92% of the time.
My goodness.
Yeah, that's the most crack thing ever. I mean, your quarterback is about 600 pounds. There's no way you don't get that.
It's probably higher than 92.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, when you said that, I thought you were going to say, so the Bears have this rookie lineman they drafted. He's their left tackle.
Yeah,
he's pretty good. But we're not here to talk about the Bears linemen; they suck. The other left tackle I was going to talk about is Trent Williams, because isn't he just like a dominant force?
Trent Williams is a complete animal.
That's who I was thinking you were going to say.
Yeah, a complete monster at left tackle. Without a doubt, in my mind, the most talented. As far as raw talent goes, the last person you ever want to face is Trent Williams because he will destroy you.
Yeah,
but they were also talking.
Kelsey,
they were also talking about Lane Johnson on that podcast, weren't they? Or was that
so
somewhere
Lane
else?
Johnson's very, very good. Lane Johnson's very, very good
because he hasn't allowed a sack in like 265 plays or something. Or maybe that's a totally wrong number. Like There's some crazy amount of like all year and part of last year, I think, that he hasn't allowed a sack. Dude's insane.
I agree. Lane Johnson is phenomenal, but it all comes back to who commands the unit, and that's Jason Kelsey. So the next award is going to be my comeback player. Now, the prerequisites for this are kind of, this guy fell off the map. This guy didn't really do much over the last 2 years, whatever. Irrelevant. Comeback player of the year, Saquon Barkley. The guy's an animal after doing nothing over the last 2 years because of injury reasons. There's cases for guys that have more serious injuries. I know Saquon only missed a percentage of time, but he went through that ACL, and he never really looked the same until this year.
Has he fallen off in the last few games, or is he still playing well?
No, he played really well last week. Played really well against Washington.
Who else is even up for that award by now? Like Geno? I mean,
yeah, it's like between like Geno Smith, Saquon, and like it's Saquon.
I mean, there's no one else close.
Yeah, it's one of those awards that like Keenan Allen can win. It's not.
Saquon is up to 1,254 yards and 10 touchdowns rushing this year.
Exactly.
That's decent.
Yeah, he's having a great year. On top of that, he's doing receiving stuff as well. He's really just been phenomenal. I also have him in fantasy. All right, so here's
the greatest GM.
My fantasy MVP. Am I still on the screen?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. My fantasy MVP goes in with the O-Point, Justin Jefferson. He's been phenomenal.
He's on my screen, Jules.
Pretty sure wide receiver one, all that. Steven. I mean, he's just been really good. It's hard to dispute the production. My runners up for that award. The list isn't long. Austin Eckler is very good, but I mean, it's between Jettas and Eckler, and I'm going Jettas every day.
For which award?
Fantasy MVP.
Yeah.
Fantasy MVP.
I think I've lost Jules' audio.
Yeah, it cut out for. Can you hear me?
I cannot hear him.
I can hear both of you.
Okay. Well, I'll just continue then. This is the last award of the positive awards. This is the last one given that is not a bad thing. This is the last one you want to win. This is the I love him award. I love this player. mostly because of what they've done for me in fantasy.
I
But
bet you it's T.
I'm
Higgins.
really excited
No,
to see
not
their
T.
future.
Higgins.
I'm really excited to see them keep going. Hopefully they get off the Dallas Cowboys. My I Love Him award.
Oh, it's Tony Pollard.
CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, never mind.
Wait, who did he
who
say?
did
I
he
only
say?
heard Brady.
CeeDee Lamb.
Oh,
Yeah,
CD.
Absolutely. CeeDee Lamb's the best.
Yeah, you
I
almost
think CeeDee
traded
Lamb's
me him.
phenomenal. I think he needs to get off the Cowboys. That would be even better. Mostly just because I hate the Cowboys, but I love CeeDee Lamb.
Are you a
I
Dak
really do. I
believer?
think he's fantastic.
Are you a Dak believer?
How do I get Jules back on here? Because I cannot hear
You
him.
can't hear you, Jules.
Brady, can you hear me?
I can hear both of you, but you guys can't hear each other.
Yeah.
I can hear Steven now.
On my screen, all I see is me and Brady. I've lost Jules' screen.
What the heck?
I can see all three of you, or all three of us.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Steven, you still can't hear me?
Assuming I'm gonna give the technical difficulties a chance to roll through, but let's get back to this MVP debate while I still can't hear Jules.
Perfect.
Yeah, I still think it's Jalen Hurts. Sorry, that is what are they called?
The ring doorbell.
Phone?
Yeah, ring doorbell.
Yeah, we have one of those.
Yeah, it's hooked up down in the basement, so it's just.
Yeah, I don't even think we're live anymore, to be honest. I think Jules just cut it out. I think Jules cut out.
Did we lose the live?
We're still
I don't know.
live.
I don't see this. Do you see the screen anymore with like the stadium?
I completely lost them. Like,
Hold on. Can you see now? Can you hear me?
No, I got you.
You hear me now? Steven, can you hear me? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's
What the heck?
yeah, Jules.
hooked up somewhere, and I don't know where.
All right, Jules, what's the problem?
How about now? Still nothing for Steven?
He can't hear you. I don't think, unless he's not saying anything, but
Yeah,
How about now? Ugh.
on the best team. Because if it was always the most valuable player, Derrick Henry would have an MVP by now. But it's not.
okay, but the Titans were the best team. They were the 1 seed last year, and you didn't win it.
Right, because he's not a quarterback. It's a quarterback award.
Yeah, of course, it's quarterback award. But
It should go to the best player on the best team, and it doesn't.
if you took Mahomes off the Chiefs, they would be a lot worse than if you took Mahomes off, or than if you took Hurts off the Eagles. That's my argument.
I agree. No, you're absolutely right.
So then, based off my interpretation of the MVP, I'm correct.
But your interpretation of the MVP, yes. The reason I put my MVP, it's the best team's best player.
So we have different.
Or
so
whoever
the
adds
reason,
the most value to the best.
So the reason we're disagreeing is not because we disagree with our tastes, it's because we disagree on the meaning of the award.
Exactly, precisely.
That's a problem with the NFL.
The award, I mean, the award's convoluted because it's really just, who's the best quarterback this year?
Yeah, it's dumb.
You take it however you want. I take it that the MVP should be the best player on the best team because arguably they've added the most value, so the most valuable team.
That's fair. I see what you're saying. Just
it depends on how you look at the award.
Yeah,
you assign who wins it.
Mm-hmm. Jules, can you hear us?
I can hear everything you're saying. I don't know why Steven can't hear me.
Wait, you can hear Steven?
Yeah.
I still cannot hear him. I don't have the screen up for me.
I don't know why that's the case. And now my streaming thing's not even responding.
This is wonderful.
This is about what I expected, just knowing the general technical issues. But
I'm just glad we lasted 15 minutes.
I know they usually work.
We got through all but the I think all but the fantasy. I think after the fantasy MVP is where I lost him.
The whole
I don't think it's
that.
You lost him during it. You were like explaining it, and he was just out of it, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, Steven, I'm gonna call you so you can hear me.
The Suckies is fun. The Suckies is just slandering people.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah. I'll go off on a tangent.
All right, perfect. I think Jules said he's gonna call you.
Yeah.
If you'd like to.
Tell Steven to answer his phone so he can hear what I'm saying.
Jules says to answer your phone, Steven.
Jules is not. Oh, my phone was on Do Not Disturb. That's why.
Yeah.
I forgot to put it on. Yo.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. We're just gonna continue it like this.
Yeah, let's continue it. Let's roll.
There's a slight echo, but we'll live.
I'll just move my phone further away from the. Jules, speak.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Wait, do you have like an earbud or something you can put in one ear?
Nah, that's
go
gonna.
upstairs.
Can you hear me, Steven?
Can you hear Jules? I can hear you, Jules.
Yeah, I can hear everyone. Okay, let's continue. I want to hear the Suckies.
Yeah, let's go with the Suckies. We're good.
All right, yeah, let's run with the Suckies. All right.
In terms of,
we got the LVP, the least valuable player, the WO Poi, worst offensive player of the year, WD Poi, WO Roy, WD Roy, the Why Did You Come Back player of the year, the I Hate Him award, and the Should Be Jobless award.
Should be what?
Okay, but the rookie one's tough because like if they're the worst rookie, they wouldn't be playing, so we wouldn't know.
I agree. No, but it's I hold it on a consistent starter basis.
Gotcha. All right, that's fair.
It's not every rookie in consideration. It's which consistently starting rookie looks terrible.
That's fair. All
right. So let's get on. The least valuable player. It's Russell Wilson. And it's not close.
Fair enough.
It's not close. The amount of money that the Broncos give this guy, the amount they gave away for this guy, and he looks terrible all the time.
Have you seen his cap hit? The next 5 years?
Yeah.
I think it's like 80 mil in a few years or something.
I think it's 55. But it's absurd. This guy is getting a boatload of money, and the most admirable trait that he brings to the Denver Broncos is a hot wife. This guy doesn't do anything for the kid. He legitimately holds it back. I despise what Russell Wilson has done with the Broncos, and I drafted Jerry Jeudy, and it makes me very upset.
Yeah, no, I have no idea what's happening in Denver. Like, I've been a Russell Wilson fan for years. I got his picture up here.
Yeah, like
I mean, I haven't watched the Broncos a lot of the season. Like, I watched the whole game last week, the Broncos game against the Rams, and he looked so bad.
He's got, I think, 1, maybe 2 games with multiple touchdown passes.
No, it's terrible. Like, he doesn't look like an NFL quarterback.
This might not be a correct statistic, but I'm pretty sure he has more games with 0 touchdown passes than multiple.
He does. 100%.
He does? Yeah. That's just that's just not good.
No, it's terrible. It's abysmal.
All right. Russell Wilson stinks this year. Let's hear your next one. I'm curious.
Yeah, all right. So my worst offensive player of the year. This one can really this one can kind of go to anyone. Because when you think about it, you get to think this one doesn't really follow the same rule as like the LVP or the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Mm-hmm. My worst offensive player of the year is Kenny Galladay. That guy hasn't done a thing. I'm not even sure if he's still on the Giants. Like,
no, he is.
It's just another one of those instances of a team paying a guy a bunch of money
to do nothing.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Like the thing I don't understand is he plays too. It's not like he doesn't play.
Yeah.
Like he plays consistent snaps. He just doesn't get any catches.
He just runs around on the field.
Yeah, the dude literally comes out and works out.
Running.
He goes out for a run and gets paid for it. He does nothing for the Giants. They never should have traded Kadarius Toney because it just put Kenny Galladay back on the field. This guy stinks. He's getting paid a bunch of money and he stinks. He doesn't play. He barely plays. He barely played at the beginning of the year. Barely plays now.
Yeah, it's trying to get him too. Thank God they didn't.
Oh yeah, super lucky on that one. You guys did a real good job. Y'all got like EQ and Pringle.
I mean, I'm not going to say we're good at receiver, but at least we don't have that contract.
At least you're not Kenny Galladay with Kenny Galladay's contract.
Well, I mean, I'd love to be Kenny Galladay, dude. That's
I'd love to, at least you don't have him.
Dude, I'd retire today. The organization wouldn't even find out for like a while.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to move on to the WD boy.
The worst defensive player?
Cop-out.
Yes, Jules.
But I'm 1,000. I still am here, Jules. You hung up on me. But my WD boy is Eli Apple.
Really?
He stinks.
See that? I haven't watched him.
He's not been good his entire time in the NFL. His reputation for being burnt toast, I think, is a little considerate because I would consider his play closer to a dumpster fire than I would anything burnt.
I use that word a lot on the show, yeah.
Brady, tell him to answer again.
The only thing burnt about this guy is his coverage. He's just not good, and he's a consistent starter for the Bengals.
Sure. He's their number one corner, too. He's not just a starter.
No, it's Chidobe Awuzie, isn't he?
Oh, really? I don't know. I thought he was, but
No,
Jules, what were you saying now?
sure he's like the corner one or the corner 2 or 3 there, and it's like this dude stinks. We've known he stinks since his time on the Giants and his time on the Saints when he can't cover.
Well, did you see him talking trash about Tom Brady after that game?
Yeah, he speaks so much trash.
Every Saints DB speaks so much trash. Doesn't matter if they're on the Saints or they used to be or what.
Yeah, every single DB talks trash for the most part because it's just one of those positions. If you are not the most confident person on the field, you're not going to be good. So they're all cocky, they're all huge egos, and they're all going to talk crap.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But Eli Apple does it unwarrantedly because he stinks.
I remember earlier this year when they played the Dolphins and he was talking about Tyreek Hill and we were all like, hammer Tyreek Hill like 150 yards.
Yep, hammer anyone who matches up with Eli Apple, hammer their over on receiving yards, catches, touchdowns, everything. If it's a receiver that maybe has Eli Apple covering him that day, hammer it. All right, let's move on to the the W.O. Roy. This one's tricky because rookies don't play when they're not good most of the time. But Kenny Pickett would be an exception to that rule because Kenny Pickett stinks, and Kenny Pickett has played a lot of football for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I understand quarterback is a really hard position, and it's not easy as a rookie. But watching this guy play, just purely based off of the eye test, he just doesn't cut it. He doesn't seem to cut it. He doesn't look as good as other rookie quarterbacks have. He doesn't even look.
What other rookie quarterback that looks better? It's way better than Malik Willis. I mean, no one else plays.
Well,
just none of the rookies are good.
Not compared to this year. So Malik Willis has played 3 games, but
he's played like 12 passes.
Yeah, exactly. But Kenny Pickett, just in my eyes, I see a lot of rookie year Sam Darnold in Kenny Pickett. And that concerns me.
There's one quarterback. I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and this guy reminds me exactly of Paxton Lynch.
Yes.
Rookie Paxton Lynch. So bad. And then nothing ever came of him. And now Brady's gone. How fun. Wow, the streaming just didn't want to cooperate today.
Yeah, it must be something in the water.
Maybe it's there's some clouds like outside of the earth blocking all the signals, something like that.
I mean, it might legitimately be a distance thing considering I'm like a few hundred miles away from y'all.
Well, I mean, it always worked with Brady and I. Oh, he's back. Hold on.
I got Brady back. This sounds like a Jules fault thing. It's gotta be it.
Okay, hold on. I'm putting him back in. I'm getting him back in.
Yeah. Okay, so W. O'Roy, I don't think there's much of an argument that any other offensive rookie who plays consistent snaps looks worse. Like, I mean, it's a hard award to give out because bad rookies don't play. But
That's fair. Well, the only bad rookie is that they force to play our quarterbacks. Every other bad rookie gets
precisely. So it's basically a quarterback's award.
Yeah, it's fair.
I mean, that or like, I don't know, say a really good running back tore their ACL in like week 6 or 7, and then because of that, they can't provide anything to the team. That would be an option. I can't think of any player who comes to mind that would do that. But
wait, who's your worst off? Oh, Kenny Galladay. I think Zach Wilson could be in contention there too.
But he's not a rookie.
Zach Wilson's definitely in contention there, but I'm pretty sure Zach Wilson has like scored this year.
That's fair. He has scored one game.
Or like in the last few.
And now Steven's gone.
Dude, what are we doing here?
We're playing like hide and seek. Every time someone's in.
I know, yeah, dude.
Hey, Steven, you're gone again.
I'm still here with Brady, man. This sounds like a you problem. Can you like hardwire your computer?
It says you're not even in the room anymore.
Well, then I'm back.
I'm sitting here talking to Brady.
I mean, yeah, we're fine.
Yeah. It's got some shoddy software.
Probably.
Was this free?
Yes.
That's
Go go out of the room and then back in, and I'll put you in again. Yay, NZR. 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 He's returned. And now here comes Steven.
All right. Guess who's back? Hey, get him back on, Jules.
I am.
Oh my god. Thank God you don't major in any technical field. Holy crap.
He's back.
All
All right. Anyways, where were we?
The worst defensive rookie of the year.
Right,
So
right.
this one has the same problem with W. O'Roy. Bad rookies don't play. So I've awarded the worst defensive rookie award to the Las Vegas Raiders. Because these guys cannot draft a defensive player in the first round to save their life. Their last successful first round defensive draft pick was Khalil Mack.
Like what, 8 years ago?
Yeah,
That's-
it was Khalil Mack.
That's hilarious.
I've got a list of their defensive busts since then. Damon Arnett.
Yeah, he's in,
Yeah.
Is he in jail or on waivers? I don't even know.
Yeah, exactly.
Cleveland Farrell.
Cleveland Farrell's the only one still on the Raiders.
He's a rotational DN. They took him over Josh Allen.
Exactly. This guy is like super mid. Jonathan Abraham, no longer on the team. Garyon Conley. I'm pretty sure this guy does not play.
Oh, I thought he got a DUI a few years
You know what?
ago.
He probably got arrested.
I
That's
think
a
so.
very Raiders thing.
It
We
is.
haven't heard about him
It
in a
is
few
the
years,
Raider
that's what
most
happened.
Raiders thing.
Yeah, I almost wanted to give the Raiders both the W. O'Roy and the W. D. Roy just because they simply can't draft.
But they've got Jacob.
Yeah, exactly. They got Josh Jacobs, and Kenny Pickett's just bad enough to give it to him.
That's fair.
But
Carl
also,
Joseph.
Carl Joseph. So literally every single defensive player they've taken since Khalil Mack in the first round, Damon Arnett, Cleveland Farrell, Jonathan Abraham, Garyon Conley, and Carl Joseph, they all stink.
They're all total bust.
They're just not first rounders. Like I looked up most of these guys except Cleveland Farrell because I actually know who he is. Most of these guys were not projected first rounders, and then they did pro days, and it's like, oh yeah, first round pick, and
He's got taken ahead of everyone else.
the Raiders deserve worst defensive rookie of the year because they cannot draft a defensive player if their life depended on it.
Yeah, no lies.
Yeah. So my next one is the why'd you come back player.
Ooh, this is gonna be a good one.
This one, I almost feel like it's a bit of a cop-out on the award because it's the obvious choice. But Tom Brady, why did you come back?
Yeah.
Legitimately. I don't know why he came back after he won the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay. I don't know why he came back this year.
Well,
keeps
he had a
coming
year
back.
left on the contract in Tampa,
He
I
did.
think.
No, he did. But he retired, unretired, got divorced because of it. Probably was going to get divorced anyway, but it doesn't matter. And now he's just playing subpar football. He doesn't look good. He doesn't look like the GOAT.
I think
watching him this year is like watching Michael Jordan play for the Wizards. It's not it.
I'm gonna agree with you on most of that, but I think one underrated part of that all is the fact that the head coach is Todd Bowles now and not Bruce Arians, and Todd Bowles is a defensive coordinator. That's how he became a head coach.
That's true, but do you know why Bruce Arians is not the head coach?
Because he's old.
No, because Tom Brady strong-armed him out of the head coaching position and
Yeah,
put him in the front office. He didn't want Bruce Arians, and now he looks terrible. So he got rid
Is
of all
Tom
the
Brady a system quarterback?
Tom Brady has been. You don't want to go down
Question, Jules.
because Tom Brady is the greatest system quarterback of all time. I can say enough about Tom Brady to try and argue that he's not the GOAT, but I consider him the GOAT, and this is going to add like 20 minutes to the show. So I say we just move on to the next award. This is the most disappointing player of the year. This player got my hopes up. They really, they really did it for me. I was like, this is the guy. He's going to be the guy. Everything needs to.
Hold on. He's gone. Oh. Hold
Steven,
on.
you're gone
He's
off
gone.
the screen.
I saw.
Are you
Jules
back?
freeze up
Are
on
you
me.
back?
You're back.
He's back. All right.
Am I?
We heard him, but tell everyone else who it is.
I have no Jules.
You have no Jules?
Yeah, I have no Jules.
Lucky.
I'll call him again.
I got him.
Am I still up on stream, Jules?
Yeah, you're here.
All right, cool.
So you want to say your whole spiel about why
Yeah,
he
look,
is the
Javonte Williams was set up precisely to take over from Melvin Gordon, who stinks, as the Broncos lead back. I coming into the year, I was like, man, this guy is going to be great. I took him in a handful of leagues. I was like, this is a guy that I see taking a huge step forward in his second year. And the only step he took was one that tore his freaking ACL. Like, come on. I understand that injuries aren't a player's fault. I get it. So I've kind of paired this award with another player. Javonte Williams is not the sole winner of the most disappointing player award.
Mm-hmm.
My second most disappointing player, and Jules is going to agree to this one, Najee Harris.
I thought that's who I thought he was going to say to start.
This is a guy that he didn't get hurt.
He just sucks.
He didn't have some major issue. He just refuses to run straight. He refuses to fight for yards. He doesn't play like a second year, huge ass, gritty running back should play. He plays soft. He plays scared. He doesn't look good when he plays, and he doesn't produce. He averaged something like 3 yards per carry going into.
I thought it was even worse.
I think he was about 3 yards per carry going into like the last time I checked, which is I want to say week 15. And there's just nothing he's done that has impressed me that makes me think, yeah, this guy was worth the first round pick the Steelers spent on him last year. Because he looked like it last year. Last year I was like, yeah, this guy was a first round running back. But this year it's like, I get the offensive line got worse. It's not the best position to be in, which is Pittsburgh, but you have a fantastic coach and a fantastic scheme, and you play terrible. He doesn't take up space. He doesn't run to space. He doesn't absorb space. He doesn't make people miss. He doesn't go through people. He just, kind of similar to Kenny Galladay, he just shows up and then is forced to be given the ball because he at least plays running back and not receiver. I'm not big on Najee. He needs to have a bounce back year before I consider him not a disappointment. But going into this year, he didn't look good. Going through this year, he didn't look good. I had high hopes, and they got crushed.
When we did our picks at the start of the year for who was going to win awards, I almost chose Najee over Jedda's for O'Roy. And then I said, no, who am I kidding? It's going to be Justin Jefferson.
Yeah,
That's such a Jules move.
that is a
And
very
thank goodness I
Jules
didn't
move.
say Najee because I would have been clowned all year by Brady.
Oh, dude, I would never
like when
let
you
it
said-
go.
That's like when you said James Cook was going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Okay, give me a
Oh
break on
my
James Cook.
God.
He hasn't even
No.
been that bad anymore.
And then he fumbled his first carry the next day.
The dude has had like his first lead back role in the first however many weeks. He went to a crowded backfield. I didn't expect him to get any playing time.
He'll be good next year. Don't worry.
I was big on two rookies this year going into this year. I was big on Breece Hall and I was big on Kenneth Walker. And I was right about both. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, let's move on. This is I'm gonna save the I hate him award. I'm gonna save the I hate him award for last.
Yeah, because I want to hear your whole spiel on that.
God.
So my should be jobless award. This goes to a head coach, not a player. Players were
Ooh.
eligible, but I decided this guy in particular doesn't deserve a job.
Remember, Nathaniel Hackett did get fired yesterday, so he's not eligible.
Oh no, I know. I acknowledge that. My pick for should be jobless award is Fat Neck Mike McCarthy, the guy that can follow a 737 hole. This dude cannot coach at all.
I think you're overhated.
I saw what he did in Green Bay. I watched him for years after that Super Bowl running a scheme from the 90s that doesn't work. And you know what he did? He took a year off and he added RPO to the playbook, and now he's on the Cowboys. It's not an improvement. In no way, in my opinion, was Mike McCarthy an improvement over, what was his name, Jason Garrett, the old Cowboys head coach?
Yeah, Jason Garrett.
There's those corny Monday Night Football shows or whatever.
Yeah, I legitimately think that Mike McCarthy is like a shaved baboon that somehow made his way into a coaching staff and worked his way up the ranks. And the whole time, he's shoveling cheeseburgers down like he's Andy Reid without the success. Well, he has a Super Bowl, so arguably as successful. But
I think Mike McCarthy is fine. The Cowboys are like 10-4, 11-4.
the Cowboys are 10-4 regardless of Mike McCarthy.
Also, can we just talk about how you guys know what I'm talking about? The Jason Garrett halftime thing.
It's
I have
funny.
No idea what you're talking about.
It's so awkward. No. When they go into halftime in those games, it's him and like I think it's the old.
It's
Colts
Tony
coach.
Dungy.
Tony Dungy, and they're both like.
And then that tall
there's
girl.
a woman in the middle that's taller than both of them by like a foot.
Oh no! I know what you're talking about.
And then they both go, and then they both turn.
No, the reason.
Now on the halftime show,
I don't
they
know
do
his
this
name,
like
but I know that
he
she
talks
was
like so
wild.
monotone. It's the stupidest thing. It's so funny.
I'm surprised Jason Garrett has a job in anything football related because that guy can't coach either.
I mean,
But look,
I
think
haven't
if you go
gotten to
11
hear
I
that.
think if you win games as much as Mike McCarthy has, you can't be considered jobless.
I've
but-
known
I
I've known
think Mike
Stephen.
McCarthy should be jobless because I think the Cowboys are talented enough that without McCarthy, they could have gone undefeated. If they had a competent coach, that roster is so good.
Is
Sorry.
loaded.
You can make the same with the Niners though. The Brock Purdy. Wait, you're not on the screen anymore.
I'm putting him back in.
The Niners are built like the Bears, as in they can succeed with a sub.
The Niners are not built like the Bears. The Niners have talent everywhere but the quarterback.
Sorry.
Wait, the Niners
The
have talent
Niners-
everywhere but the quarterbacks. The Bears
The
only have
Niners
talent
have
at the quarterback.
adopted the scheme that the Bears had for years, which was talent around a bad quarterback equals somewhat success.
Yeah, the
They
49ers have
surrounded
talent
their
compared to the Bears.
subpar to average quarterbacks.
The
with
thing
some
that
of
the Niners
best
have
talent
that the
in league.
Bears didn't is a coach that like knows offensive schemes.
I mean that too, but Mitch Trubisky was just not the guy. So
Oh no, Mr. Trubisky was terrible. Who's a better offensive mind, Matt Nagy or Kyle Shanahan?
probably Kyle Shanahan.
Well, it's not close. Yeah,
Yeah, well, I don't know. Kyle Shanahan has cost his team a few Super Bowls.
but he's gotten them to Super Bowls. He's won playoff games.
Yeah, but what would you rather do? Lose a Super Bowl or never go to one? I'd rather never go to one.
Mm,
There's nothing.
I wouldn't say that to Bengals
nothing
fans.
Worse. There is, yeah, but in my opinion, there's nothing worse
Bengals
than
fans are just a side
that
topic.
extreme disappointment. You get to that Super Bowl, this is probably your only team's chance in the next 10 years, just because that's the way football works, unless you're the
Uh-huh.
Patriots.
Well, so what would you compare that to losing like multiple NFC Championship games though? Like, is it a lot different?
Well, you know, I've
Good
kinda
one, Brady.
grown
Good job.
accustomed to losing. No, it hurts a lot. Actually, I get my hopes up every year, and then they get crushed. I'm
No,
actually the
My
most.
favorite one was the one in the snow last year.
I
The block punt. Oh my god, that was one of the most fun football games I've ever watched.
I was watching that game with Steven.
I walked out. I
He
left,
walked out
like,
of the apartment as I
completely.
started like giggling uncontrollably.
I just left. I straight up just left.
If the Bears did that, I would not be doing well.
Well, I mean, to be fair to the Packers, at least they never lost a game winner off of going 2 posts. So,
Well, to be fair, 31 other teams can say that. That's not really a,
so what?
really a brag. 31 other teams can say that. That's not really a brag, but.
No, I know, but I would rather not lose off a double doink.
Anyway, off the sensitive topics, what's the next award?
The only time you've ever had hope in like the last. When was the last time you won Super Bowl? 85?
Yeah.
It's been a
The
while.
last time you were hopeful, it ended because your kicker hit 2 posts. At least I get, the relief of at least going to the playoffs and losing.
Hey,
Right.
before your next award,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say I've known Steven for 3 years, and the Mike McCarthy slander, the whole rant, it's a once a year type of thing that I look forward to every week of the NFL season. So thank you.
I hate him so much. I hated him basically for like the last 5 years he was on Green Bay. I hated him when he was jobless. I hate him with the Cowboys. He shouldn't be in the NFL. Like, maybe he could be like an offensive line coach somewhere because he's built for it. But like, other than that, I don't see this guy deserving of a job in the NFL. Who am I to speak, though? I'm not deserving of a job in the NFL, but that guy sucks. Let's move on to my last award, the I Hate Him.
I can't wait for this one.
The I Hate Him award goes to Justin Fields for very valid reasons, because I am so concerned for the future of the NFC North with that guy in the freaking division. I'm sorry, but Fields looks so good with a team that is so bad around him. I am like fearful of what will happen if you guys manage to scrape up some league average talent around him. Like, if you guys didn't have EQ as like arguably wide receiver 1, because
it's not arguable. He hasn't wide receiver.
Like,
it's so bad.
I'm scared. I'm terrified. Jordan Love is in the future. Kirk Cousins is gone in a few years. What's his name?
Jared
Goff.
It's still Jared Goff, but Fields is going to be here, and he is going to be the greatest quarterback in Bears history. And they'll never win a Super Bowl with him.
Oh, you're right. They have no shot at winning a Super Bowl with
They have
him
no
because
shot,
they're
'cause
never
they
going to
will
find the
never
right coach and the right defense and the right
You'll
kicker
never
at the
find
right
the
time.
right coach, and you'll never have enough talent around him. It'll just never be. It'll never be right.
I can't say I disagree with you here.
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it all.
It'll be really, really good, and it'll look really, really good. But you guys are going to experience the last 10 years that I have experienced of this constant failure before you even get there.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
That's it for the Kendies. That's it for the
Okay.
suckies. I hate Justin Fields, and I hate the future.
Thank you for the Kendies. That was fun.
Yeah.
I am not even going to risk changing the scene to the This Week in Vegas thing. So, honestly, let's just go through our picks on here.
Yeah,
I have the records. I think I'm 14, 20, and 2.
That's
pretty awful.
atrocious.
Brady is 18, 17, and 1.
And I'm about to be 3-0.
And the guest picker is 4, 3, and 2.
Put me off on my own thing because I'm going 3-0. These guys don't deserve my greatness.
All right, well, what's your pick number 1,
gambling
Kendra?
history. You have no idea. My bets hit like twice a year, and I make all the money I lost back.
Odell first touchdown.
All right. Oh, dude, I never bet first touchdown. That's such a well. Besides Super Bowl, never bet first touchdown. It's too random. But OBJ, that guy won me $80 last year. You want me to start This Week in Vegas?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
My first pick. I got the Seahawks +1.5 versus the New York Jets.
Hey.
My first pick, I got the Jets -1.5 against the Seahawks.
Well, I'm on Steven's side for this one, so.
Did you have the Seahawks on your thing?
I
too?
have the Seahawks +1.5. That's why I started cheering.
Well,
All right, let's hear Steven's
better
reasoning.
about my pick.
I mean, dude, I think look, it's going to come down to who's going to be able to score points.
And I think Mike White is better than Geno Smith right now.
I disagree completely.
I disagree,
Mike White
too.
is a very serviceable quarterback.
But
Geno
the
Smith-
Jets have so much talent on offense. And Tyler Lockett's out. Who did the Seahawks have?
He's
receivers
not
besides
out.
Nico?
He's questionable.
it's DK Metcalf.
He's
and maybe
questionable, but
Tyler.
but he's got what is his injury? What was his injury again?
I'm
A
not
thumb
sure.
or a finger or something.
It was hand. If it's,
I heard
if
the
your
surgery
receiver has
went
a hand
perfect.
injury, he's not going to be 100%.
I agree. Well, I agree, but thankfully Tyler Lockett isn't his only target. I mean, he's still
But
got Noah
true.
Fant. He's still got Noah Fant, and he still has Kenneth Walker to help carry that load.
Fair,
He does.
But whose defense is better? The Jets have a way better defense. I don't
The
really
Jets'
think
offense stinks.
The Jets can't score points.
The
the Jets score points when Zach Wilson's not the quarterback. Joe Flacco threw for like 4 300-yard games before he got replaced.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not-
And Mike
not
White
hating-
has played really well, but Mike White has also had a quiet game. I don't think Mike White is a special talent. I think
He's not, but neither is Geno.
He's maybe league average, but at least Geno is playing at an above league average rate.
That's true. And
Mike White has a really small sample size in which he's played pretty well. Geno Smith has played the whole season, and outside of 1 or 2 games, has looked really good.
Mike White has like 2 broken ribs.
Yeah, that too. He got killed.
I was like,
he's
how
been
is this
trying
not
to get
being mentioned?
character-
Mike White is not even close to 100% right now.
No. You can't say that because A, we don't know, but B,
We
he's been
do
trying to get on
know.
the field. He's been trying to get on the field for the last 2 weeks, which means he's been feeling good enough to play.
That's not what
last
that
2
means
weeks.
at all.
Just like how
Oh,
Tua felt
yeah.
good enough to play,
I'll
right?
be frank with you. Wanting to get on the field has nothing to do with how you feel.
Okay, but
Mhm.
also think about how
Your
he's going to be
desire
on
to play has
painkillers.
absolutely
be wearing extra
nothing-
padding. He's gonna be
relatively
fine.
Nothing to do with where you're at injury-wise, because every single player in the NFL should want to be out there and play, regardless of what's wrong with them. Unless you're
Mhm.
missing some CLs in your knee or like your hand has fallen off, those guys want to be out there. They're not there unless they're the most competitive, psychotic people that are willing to basically put their lives on the line. 'Cause, they're putting up in armor and just beating the crap out of each other for 2 hours straight. Like every single one of those guys wants to be out there, whether they're hurt or not.
That's fair.
So him
just think-
wanting to be out there doesn't really mean he's healthy.
I think through painkillers, adrenaline, and extra pads, I don't think the ribs are going to be a factor in the game.
Well, as someone who's had broken ribs, getting hit in the ribs hurts when they're broken. A lot. In fact,
That's fair. That's fair. I've never had broken
It hurts
ribs.
to laugh, and it hurts to do anything.
And this
I've
game
never
is
had broken
in
ribs.
Seattle.
And it's in Seattle.
It is? Oh.
Yeah.
I still like
Yeah,
all
look,
that.
man, the Seahawks are winning the game, so I don't even have to say, they might lose by 1, because they ain't losing by 1. They're winning by
Mhm.
like 5.
All right,
Yup.
if you say so. I like my pick, though. I also like going against Jules. So
I just can't believe they're
look, man, I'm
underdogs,
all about
though.
going against Jules, but I'm really big on the Seahawks. I can't wait for them to lose to Tom Brady on Tom Brady's path to his 8th ring.
that's fair.
All right. Next pick, Steven.
I got the Saxonville Jaguars minus 4.5 over the Texans.
Ooh.
Look,
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence looks really good, and the Texans are the Texans.
But the Jaguars aren't
Here's-
playing for anything.
Here's my counter argument
That's
there.
my problem. The Texans play hard every week, and they play close. And the Jags are, A, not a super talented team,
Mhm.
besides Trevor Lawrence. And
Well,
B,
that's not.
they had no Pro Bowlers. But also,
Let's stop this for a second. The Pro Bowl has nothing to do with talent, and it is everything to do with popularity. Orlando Brown Jr. is a Pro Bowler, and he was one of the worst offensive tackles in the league this year.
fair. Anyways, not the main point. The Texans play hard and close every week, and the Jaguars have nothing to play for except to stay healthy for next week.
Exactly.
So if the game's close, I don't think players are going to be putting their bodies on the line to win the game. I think this is a close game because I don't think the Jaguars are going to put that extra effort in and extra risk in to win this game when they don't have to. When they know next week's just going to win them.
I'm
I think
thinking
that's a
about this
fair
game
argument, but
I'm
the
thinking
only
about
thing the
this game
Texans are playing for-
like a third preseason game, like when the starters play a little, but they don't reveal any real game plans. They don't do any risks because literally whatever happens this week has zero impact. That's why
Yeah, that's what I'm
that's why the
saying.
Titans are benching Derrick Henry.
Has
I
Jacksonville
had Derrick Henry in my fantasy playoffs this weekend.
has Jacksonville clinched?
No,
No, but
the winner of Week 18 automatically makes it. Jaguars versus
It doesn't
Titans.
matter what
This
happens
game
this
is
week with the
fully
two teams.
meaningless.
That's fair. No, that you know what?
I'll give you the opportunity to change your pick.
I'm not changing my pick. In fact, I'm going to put money on the Jaguars right now.
I'm feeling
Just
better.
because Trevor Lawrence knows he's on my fantasy team, like just telepathically. So he just knows he's got a ball and put up like 80.
You better hope he plays into the third quarter.
My next pick.
I would bench everyone if I'm the Jaguars, personally. You don't want anyone getting hurt before the winner go-home game week 18. It's literally a preseason game this week.
Jules, I want you to name me one other instance in NFL history where a team has benched a significant amount of players that isn't the last week of the season.
That isn't the last
I know this.
week.
I know. It was the Colts. It was the Colts when they were 14-0, right?
No, you know what? You're right. It's the Colts when they were 14-0.
Yeah.
But what's the difference between the Colts and the Jaguars? The Colts are 14-0, and the Jaguars are sub 5.
And we lost. Yeah.
Hold on, I'll bring him in again. I think. Oh, now he's out of the room. Hold on, let me call. Wait. He's back.
Bills. Oh, you
Me?
froze.
Do you see?
I know you're back.
One sec.
What?
No. I'm gonna put you in again. I know. If we could get some freaking technical working like it's worked the last 6 or 7 weeks in a row.
Issue is you're using free software, and that's why it is sub.
No, because it's worked. It's worked most of the season since like week 5. I think there's something with the connections today that must be screwing it up. Because the software's been fine most of the year.
To be fair, I think it may be a distance problem just because I'm a few hundred miles away from y'all.
No, but Jules in Tennessee when we do it all the time.
That's true. No, that is true.
Yeah,
All right,
I don't know. Well, you're back, so.
I got the Bengals +1 against the Bills, basically a money line pick.
I like that. Bengals are going to win.
I think the Bengals win the game. I don't think it's that complicated. Josh Allen has not been playing great. Joe Burrow has been playing great.
Yeah.
And
Von Miller's lost of the year. There's no threat on the pass rush. The secondary is not the healthiest.
Yeah. I think it's a toss-up game. I wouldn't put money on either side.
Jules' opinion in this segment is next to useless. So what's your next pick?
As someone who knows Jules is a gambler, this guy stinks. So I
can't say you're wrong there.
The best at it, but you have zero money in your Bovada account. So
that is true. I have zero money left in there.
No, the best is when do you know the Stephen Diggs playoff touchdown?
Oh, he knows.
Which one?
Last year when I tried to make all my money back by throwing it on Stefon Diggs after he caught a touchdown like 8 of 9 games or something.
I got some very angry texts from Jules.
Yep. I remember all the bad beats on like every single first touchdown bet, and it's just like, it's not happening.
Never forget the Garrett Gilbert game. Steven was there for that.
Garrett Gilbert game. Oh my! I can't believe you bet money on that.
For reference, Brady, this was the Cowboys-Steelers game. They put Garrett Gilbert in.
Last year or freshman year?
Freshman year. We were in Carrick watching. And I live bet the Steelers. And they got the ball to I live bet the Cowboys. And they got the ball to the 4-yard line. And Garrett Gilbert lofts up this literal rainbow into the end zone, intercepted by Minka. And I'm like, what are you? Because they only had to kick a field goal to win the bet for me. And they went for the touchdown on third and goal. He lofts it up in the end zone. It's picked off, and the Cowboys didn't cover. It was like -3.5, and they won by 3.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, we'll never forget the Garrett Gilbert game. But anyway, my next pick. I saw this on the Score app. The Chargers are 6.5-point underdogs to the Rams.
No, they're 6.5-point favorites.
No, not on this app.
No, I'm sorry, Jules. I'm sorry, you're wrong.
Hold on. No, I'm going on.
No way. You're wrong. I'm sorry.
I'm on the Score, and it says LA Chargers +6.5.
Then you gotta go bet that with $1 million.
Yeah.
Let me look at ESPN. Oh, Steven has appeared. Hopefully he'll be back in a second. On
Did you
ESPN.
read that?
No.
Yeah, Chargers are -6.5. Rams are +6.5.
Then it's just not what it says on the app. The app messed up then.
Yeah, what? You gotta get a new app, buddy.
Hold on. Steven, refresh your part of on the link page in the room. And maybe he'll get back in. Okay. Oh yeah, you're in. Can you hear us?
Brady whole time.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
Keyshawn Boutte just declared for the draft.
We're good?
Keyshawn Boutte, there's LSU guy.
Really? That's interesting. Chargers.
Unrelated Vegas bet of the week. Hammer Clemson. Hammer the Clemson line over.
Yeah.
Joe Milton is our starting. I go to Tennessee. I'm a Tennessee fan. Joe Milton is starting for us, and Cedric Tillman and Jalen Hyatt both declared for the draft. We're gonna stink.
I hope not. I'm bringing oranges in my pocket in under the overalls in my shorts pocket in case things get out of hand.
Right. Jules, what's your next pick?
Well, I was gonna pick the Chargers +6.5, but I guess that doesn't exist anymore. But you know what?
I don't think they were ever the favorite.
I'll send you a screen. I'll send you a screenshot of the score app. It's
Please do. I want to see what ghetto ass like lines after like the most fake things ever. They're like, better than that money.
yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna still ride with the Chargers -6.5, and here's why. Because classic Baker Mayfield plays insane one week, which means he's inevitably gonna suck this week. So you know what? I'll ride with the Chargers anyway.
Full circle.
Cycle of Baker. Fuck yourself up, play like crap.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to ride with the Chargers anyway.
It's actually pretty reasonable. I mean, he looked good against who did he play?
They played the Broncos. He was he had a crazy good stat line.
His first week with the Rams.
What?
The Raiders, duh.
Raiders, yes.
No one else will blow that lead.
The Falcons, the Colts.
No, just Matt Ryan. Yeah, Matt Ryan.
But yeah, and he's literally so off and on. He looked pretty good against the Raiders. Looked like crap against the Packers. Looked like Jesus Christ against Denver. He's gonna throw for 102 yards and 3 picks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all right.
If that is his final numbers of the game, I'm not gonna give you the completion numbers, but if those are his final numbers, I want $20 from both of you.
All right, that was my second pick. Did you guys have both of your? Are we all 2 picks through?
We have one more.
Okay, one more. Let's hear it, Steven.
This one hurts me. This one hurts me 4.
Against the Packers.
Yeah, I'm betting Vikings +3 against the Packers.
That's a terrible bet.
Vikings are +3.
Vikings are +3.
Oh, sorry. I can never bet against the Packers.
I think that's not bad, Steven. But yeah, Brady bet against the Packers last week when I told him not to, and we saw how that worked out.
Yeah, I'm being realistic here. This Packers team, it gives me hope. We can maybe make the playoffs. Everything goes right. We have a great year. We inevitably win the Super Bowl. Right?
Yeah, well, the 49ers are in this.
Except the Vikings are a much better team. And the fact that they are a 3-point underdog to a sub-500 Packers team who has only looked good in the last 3 weeks against some it's decent competition. It's nothing spectacular.
I mean, they beat the Rams. They beat concussed Tua, and they beat I don't even remember who else.
Yeah,
the
Bears who stink. The Dolphins with Tua, who we've learned can't play with head trauma. Who would have thought? And the Baker Mayfield-led Rams, who just were good last week or the week before. So, look, the Vikings are the real test of is this Packers thing team really anything. And if the Vikings are going to lose this game, I mean, it's going to be close. The Packers are in a high-powered offense. We're a darn good defense. Don't get me wrong, but Justin Jefferson, the Vikings' best guy is better than the Packers' best guy when you match him up. I would take Justin Jefferson against Jair Alexander.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jair, in my opinion, is top 3 corner in the NFL, but I think Justin Jefferson is like the second coming of Jerry Rice. Like, this guy is phenomenal.
He's the new Randy Moss.
Yeah, or Randy Moss.
He's already eclipsed his Vikings receiving record for most receiving yards in a season.
He's so good. He's so good. Kirk Cousins is so serviceable. The offensive line is so above average.
You're not wrong.
Hawkinson is fine. Hawkinson is good. Like, I don't see anything on this Viking offense that screams we're going to lose this game because we're not scoring points. Maybe they lose this game because the defense can't compete.
That's what I think. The defense is going to stop Rodgers.
Steven really just walked on this show and gave a bunch of really solid takes. Can't you get a little more like that, Brady?
I mean, if you do, maybe I'll try, but
I'm reasonable. I have expectations.
Brady, what's your second pick or third pick?
My next pick, this is less about the team I'm picking and more about the team they're against.
Okay.
I got the Giants -6 against the Colts.
I agree.
The Colts can't score, and the Giants have an above-average defense. This is like a 23-10 game written all over it. I don't think it's close.
I don't even see the Giants getting 23. It'll probably be 19 to 10 or something.
The Giants need 10 points and they'll cover.
It's brave of you to assume that the Colts are capable of scoring double-digit points.
I don't think they are.
They have no Jonathan Taylor. Michael Pittman is just above league average.
Yeah, no, they have no firepower on offense.
Quarterback is starting this week, by the way. Is it Matt Ryan again or Nick Foles? It's Nick Foles again, dude. Nick
Foles looks like a retired truck driver. I mean, he can't move.
Dude, I was gonna say Nick Foles looks like Blake Bortles right at the end.
Oh, he can't move as well as Blake Bortles. It's bad.
Yeah,
you can't argue with the boat.
Jules, how about you?
My last pick.
To wrap up this week in Vegas.
Yeah, to wrap it up, my last pick is the 49ers -10 at the Raiders. I don't think this is that much of a stretch.
That's a great pick.
I don't think that's unrealistic.
I think that's a phenomenal.
Jared Stidham is starting for the Raiders.
The Raiders
and the Niners are a Super Bowl team.
Oh my God! Yeah, they benched Carr.
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be a 24-point game.
Niners. Hammer it.
But Jules, that's a great bet.
That's a phenomenal. I forgot.
How did I miss it? Jules doesn't even know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. That he's got such a good pick now.
Screw my Vikings pick. I'm hammering that Niners line.
You're replacing the Vikings or the Jaguars?
No, y'all have so much faith in the Texans to play competent football. It's not a competent. Just because you play hard doesn't mean you play good.
It's like the
so you're rolling with the Niners instead of the Vikings?
Instead of the Vikings, yeah. I like that pick a lot more.
Wow, I feel so accomplished. This is like the first pick that I've completely made someone just fully change their mind. I feel so honored.
Well, here's the thing. I was pretty 50-50.
I'm changing my pick too. I'm changing the Giants pick to that one. I feel more comfortable with that.
I was like,
oh, give me a break. No, Brady. You can't steal all my wins. I'll let the guest have it. Brady picked who he picked.
Last time I stole your pick, I lost. So
I was pretty 50 on the Vikings Packers pick anyway, just because Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. But I like that Niners.
You want to house the 49ers this week?
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm pulling up my book and I'm hammered. Like $10.
What's gonna happen is Jules is gonna convince you to parlay it with some random player to score a touchdown.
No, forget the parlays.
This is the only time I'm ever going to listen to Bergman about gambling advice.
Yeah, I am on it.
Purely actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna parlay.
Oh, Steven's audio is cutting again. Can you hear him, Brady?
Yeah, his audio's cutting. It's kind of cutting. I think we can kind of wrap it up though.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I gotta go.
Oh, I hear you now. I think it's your connection, Steven.
Yeah.
Something about Connecticut, man.
Because I've had flawless connection with Brady.
Because your
It's
voice
true. I think
this whole
Jules is
like
probably-
last 10 minutes has been like like choppy a little bit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Jules is right.
Okay, yeah. Well, you know what? That might have been it.
Because you
I'm
keep
just quick to blame you.
because every time that you disappear, you come back like 30 seconds later. So it's just gotta be spot. I don't know. Maybe you have a high level clouds above your house or something.
I mean, yeah, it might be. Who knows?
Yeah. Anyway, that's how we're gonna
All right,
wrap
let's see.
up today. Niners, they play the Raiders. Niners play the Cardinals in week 18, but not week 17.
There we go.
Weird. All right, give me the Seahawks +2 for our first pick. Maybe I'll push again. Who knows?
I'm keeping the Jets -1.5. Jets are -1.5 when I wrote them down.
And that's how we're going to conclude tonight's episode. Thank you guys for watching. We'll hopefully have better connection next time, but